What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. I'm back. I'm wearing a pink shirt. Got my pink coffee mug. I got fresh nails. I'm looking good today. I do have to trim up the beard, but we'll get to that probably by tomorrow. By tomorrow, my facial hair will look different. Okay, so I'm doing a 100 GECS song today. I'm doing Hand Crushed by a Mallet. We'll get into it in just a second, but a few things up front. All right, an additional thing to the normal things I say up front. First, obviously, I'm not a professional. I'm not an expert. I just review stuff that I like. I try to do a good job. I try to be honest and thoughtful with my reviews. Part two, don't be a dick. You may not like this kind of music. Hyperpop isn't for everybody. You may not like me. You may not like my review. That's all fine. You don't have to like me. I would request that we try to keep it fairly respectful in the comments, all right? And then part three is half of 100 GECS is trans, are trans, I guess. And I don't want to hear anything about it. I don't want to hear any shit. On this channel, we support trans rights. And if you don't like that, I don't need you to watch my videos. As simple as that. You don't have to agree with me, but it's my channel. And I will be on that like a fucking hawk. I promise you. I'm just coming here trying to start shit. Not gonna happen. All right. I just want to make that very clear up front that I am not interested in any dialogue or static about this. All right. I take this seriously. With that out of the way, let's get right into it. This is Hand Crushed by a Mallet from 100 GECS in the Tree of Clues, or 1000 GECS. I don't remember. They, hard to say. Let's go.
I'll never go on your studio. You won't think of words when you write it up. You just hear me singing the song. You think that's okay, you just sing along. You just copy everything we do. If I wasn't me, I'd copy me too. You just copy everything we do. If I wasn't me, I'd copy me too.
I like that song a lot. That's one of my favorite GECS songs. There are a couple that I really like, but this one's way up there for me. It's short. It's one of their more accessible songs, I think. So hyperpop is sort of difficult to explain. I would say it's kind of the sort of music you generally know when you hear it. 100 GECS is really interesting to me. They throw in like ska. They throw in like EDM. They throw in just standard sort of pop punk energy, maybe. The lyrics aren't generally super complex. A lot of the time they're a little bit goofy, a little silly. They remind me a lot, and appropriately enough, they remind me of Sophie, right? I would say it's fair to say they were influenced by Sophie. And I think this is the sound of, not necessarily everything's going to sound like this, right? This is a very extreme stylized version of what I think pop music is likely to sound like. And you will notice that with like Charlie XCX, right? Charlie XCX is, I don't know that she's much more mainstream than 100 Gex. I don't really know how to gauge that, but I think she is. I think Charlie is pretty big. And she's doing this same sort of thing. She's moving in this direction. The sound is not the same, but it's heavily influenced. If you look at pop music from the last like 5 or 10 years, I don't listen to a lot of pop music, so I'll acknowledge that and say I may be wrong here, but everything I've heard is now EDM back, right? EDM backing on a pop song. Ariana Grande, Selena Gomez. Those are the two that I know. But everybody's got EDM now, right? EDM artists are crossing over to pop music, like Marshmello and Noah Cyrus, right? They had a song. Basically, if you're a female artist that's trying to get your name out there and you can get on an EDM track, that's generally great for your career. And more power to you. Roses by Chainsmokers did that a while back. That was basically a pop song. So pop has morphed from the 90s and early 2000s. It was very guitar based, right? Maybe some synth, but a lot of guitar, a lot of just standard instrumentation. Now it's all EDM based, or trap based. And I think soon it's going to sound like hyperpop. I mentioned in, I don't remember which video it was, but I mentioned in a video about artists using autotune as an instrument. I do remember now, but I can't remember the name of it. And it's very clear in 100 Gex, right? The autotune is very clearly intentionally overprocessed. If good autotune is autotune you don't hear, right? You don't notice it. Many artists use autotune to some degree, right? They get pitch corrected to some degree. And you don't notice it because you're not meant to. You're meant to just hear the voice. But in groups like 100 Gex, T-Pain did this, right? T-Pain got a lot of shit, but he revolutionized music for a while. And I think even now, he is largely responsible for people thinking, oh yeah, I can use autotune in a way that is not subtle, right? It's not just sorry, I gotta plug something in. It's not just covering up a deficiency in your vocals. It is its own instrument, right? And you are using it to create something different with your voice. And T-Pain took a lot of shit for all of the autotune, but it's still around, and 100 Gex are using it very effectively, right? All of the processing of the vocals, the pitch shifting, all of that is over exaggerated because hyperpop is over exaggerated, right? It's I would say it's social commentary, although I don't know that every artist would agree with me. I would say it is, it's a hyper stylized version of pop music, and I really like it. I really do enjoy hyperpop. I enjoy the energy. I think I'm really excited for new 100 Gex. They have a new song out, Doritos and Fritos, which I have not listened to yet. I'll probably do it on the channel at some point. But I'm really excited for new music to come from Dylan and Laura. I think it'll be great. I think that'll do it for this one. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Maybe a different kind of music for those of you that aren't familiar with this. So hopefully you adjusted well to it. Have a good day, everybody. Stay safe out there. Drink lots of water and be nice to each other.